Jai Jagannath. Madam Speaker and honorable members, with immense pleasure, I welcome you all to the 6th session of the 17th Odisha Legislative Assembly. Allow me to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt New Year greetings to all the honorable members of this August House and to the people of Odisha. May this year usher in peace, progress, and shared prosperity, and may our journey together be guided by wisdom, unity, and compassion. This August House has expressed its deep condolences on the sad demise of late Rajendra Dholakia, sitting member and ex-minister, late Ananta Das, ex-minister of state, late Vibhuti Bhushan Singh Mardaraj, ex-deputy speaker and minister of state, late Devaraj Seth, late Devendra Sharma, late Prasanna Kumar Patnaik, late Karendra Maji, late Niranjan Hembaram, late Prafulla Kumar Banch, late Muhammad Rafiq, late George Tirki, late Hemendra Prasad Mahapatra, late Krishna Chandra Malik, all former members, late Loknath Sabar, ex-OAPF 353, Odisha Police, late Lakshman Maji, ex-Constable 475, 2nd IR Battalion, Rayagada, and late Saroj Kumar Pradhan, ex-Constable 39, Odisha Police. I request all honorable members present today to join me in paying tribute to late Kanhu Charan Lenka, ex-minister, late Kulamani Raut, late Akshay Acharya, late Sanchita Mohanty, late Dr. Rajeshwari Panigrahi, all former members. The House may convey our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families of the departed souls. With the sea as its strength, treasures as its depth, forests as its wealth, and rivers as its breadth, Odisha stands as a timeless symphony of nature, creature, and scripture. Our temples speak of devotion, our works speak of discipline, and our customs speak of diversity. With that said, Odisha's real strength lies not in materials or facts, but in its people. Today, standing tall on the foundations of sacrifice and self-belief, Odisha is no longer waiting to be recognized. It is ready to thrive, to blossom, and to lead as the growth engine towards a Vikasit Bharat. April 1st, 2036 stands before us like a solemn promise, the centenary of Odisha's statehood and a moment of reckoning with history. My government is determined to ensure that when the state turns 100, it stands tall with pride, prosperity, and purpose. My government plans to achieve the vision of a Samruddha Odisha by sustaining innovation-led growth, advancing inclusive infrastructure, mobilizing opportunity for every citizen, rearing farms and factories, uplifting lives through education and healthcare, driving green development, deepening connectivity, harnessing people's power, and achieving prosperity with justice. My government has prepared a comprehensive vision document for 2036 and 2047 aligned with India's centenary roadmap and developed through extensive consultations with the citizens and stakeholders. The document was unveiled by the Honorable Prime Minister on 20th June 2025, placing Odisha among only 3 states nationally with a formal long-term vision framework. The vision targets transformation of Odisha into a $500 billion economy by 2036 and $1.5 trillion by 2047, increasing the state's contribution to national GDP from 3% to 5%, with average annual growth rising from 7% to 9.5% through reforms, investment, execution, and technology adoption. Further, the state targets raising per capita income from 1.8 lakh rupees to 32 lakh rupees by 2047, improving living standards, reducing multidimensional poverty to 5%, increasing female labor force participation to 70%, raising life expectancy beyond 80 years, and eliminating anemia and malnutrition in alignment with the India's vision and global best practices. Under the visionary leadership of the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, the central government's recent approvals for mega projects in Odisha reflect strong confidence in the state's future and will unlock significant socio-economic benefits. The approval of the 8,300 crore rupees for Rameshwar-Paradip Coastal Highway will substantially improve coastal connectivity by reducing distance and travel time by nearly 45%. The green light to the 6-lane access-controlled Greenfield Capital Region Ring Road, Bhubaneswar Bypass, with an investment of about 8,308 crores, will decongest Bhubaneswar, Cuttack and Khordha, help lower logistic costs and strengthen trade through seamless multimodal integration. My government is grateful to the central government for the approval of 2 state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing units in Odisha under the India Semiconductor Mission, involving an investment of over 2,066 crores. This marks a landmark step towards positioning Odisha as a semiconductor and electronics hub, generating high-skilled employment, promoting ancillary industries, and advancing the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Infrastructure is not only concrete and steel, it is the silent enabler of every dream of a Samruddh Odisha 2036. My government has undertaken far-reaching policy and institutional reforms to modernize the road sector and ensure safe, sustainable, and efficient mobility across the state. The Odisha State Road Policy 2025 has been implemented to create a high-quality road network for seamless movement of people and goods, while the Odisha State Highways Authority Act 2025 has been promulgated to fast-track highway development through a dedicated institutional mechanism. In addition, steps are now being taken for systematic maintenance of bridges on PWD roads, reinforcing structural safety and serviceability across the network. During the financial year 2025-26, my government has laid special emphasis on sanctioning several major and strategic infrastructure projects aimed at addressing urban congestion, regional connectivity gaps, and critical river crossings. These include the improvement of Jaidev Vihar Nandan Kanan Road with a flyover from Kalinga Stadium Gate number 4 to Raghunathpur Bridge, construction of the Kionjar Bypass Road, widening and strengthening of the Bhavani Patna Kariyar Road SH16 to 4 lanes, development of the Burla Ring Road, and improvement of the Fulnakara Niyali Madhava Road to 4 lanes, which will significantly ease traffic movement and enhance logistics efficiency. In addition, my government has sanctioned important bridge and area development projects to improve regional accessibility and support cultural and economic centers. These include the construction of the high-level bridge over the river Katajodi, Subhash Bose Setu, the high-level bridge over the river Mahanadi between Narsinghpur and Bollywood, and integrated development works such as the Ma Tarani Temple Complex at Gatagaon and the development of Mahima Gadi with construction of the Bhavya Sunya Mandap at Joranda. Together, these projects reflect my government's continued commitment to strengthening infrastructure while supporting regional growth, safety, and heritage conservation. My government has accelerated its vision of a garbage-free Odisha under Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 by adopting a decentralized waste-to-wealth approach. Achievements include completion of more than 1.66 lakh individual household latrines and operationalization of 276 micro-composting centers and 235 material recovery facilities in the current year. As a result, 114 urban local bodies have achieved open defecation-free status, and the cities of Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, and Puri have secured the prestigious Water Plus certification. Under Mukhyamantri Sahari Vikas Yojana, MSBY, my government has recorded exemplary progress in sustainable urban development through the ecological rejuvenation of 106 urban water bodies and plantation of 38,000 trees with the active engagement of 2,400 women self-help group members. It enabled Odisha the top national ranking under Amrut 2.0. Capital Region Urban Transport has consolidated its leadership in sustainable urban mobility by operating a fleet of 670 buses, including 290 electric buses across 113 routes, serving about 3.3 lakh commuters daily and achieving over 40% digital transaction penetration. The system is being expanded to 8 additional cities with procurement of 200 buses completed under phase 1 and sanction of 400 electric buses under the PM e-Bus Seva initiative for major urban centers. The commission-free income model and the operational excellence by the Odisha Yatri platform has earned Odisha the 18th Urban Mobility India Award and the National Public Bus Transport Excellence Award in 2025. My government has also strengthened inclusive urban welfare through the launch of the Sahajog initiative on 31st August 2025, under which 1.77 lakh households have been profiled through door-to-door surveys and linked to key schemes, including 40,622 PMAY housing sanctions, 38,384 e-Shram cards, and 21,974 labor cards. Over the past few years, with the efforts of my government, Odisha has emerged as a power surplus state, ensuring 24/7 reliable and high-quality electricity for all citizens and successfully meeting a peak demand of 6,242 megawatts in 2025. Plans include a clear transition towards clean and sustainable growth, committing the state to net zero through accelerated renewable adoption and a just transition, including installation of 10 gigawatts of renewable capacity by 2030 through solar, wind, and advanced energy storage solutions. Public sector undertakings, through their activities, assist the government in achieving its desired socio-economic objectives and play a key role in steering the state economy in the desired direction. At present, 24 PSUs are making profit and 9 PSUs have paid dividend amounting to 8,385 crore rupees during financial year 2024-25. Inspired by the call of vocal for local and Atmanirbhar Bharat, my government is turning Odisha into a competitive manufacturing and enterprise hub. With the efforts of my government, Odisha continues to occupy a preeminent position in the national mining and steel landscape. The state is endowed with nearly one-third of India's total iron ore reserves and contributed over 61% of the country's total iron ore production in financial year 2024-25. Odisha also holds the first position in the production of steel and stainless steel in the country. At present, Odisha has 55 operational steel plants with a total installed capacity of around 45.62 million tons per annum, accounting for nearly 23% of the country's total installed steel capacity. With rising per capita steel consumption, Odisha is positioning itself to contribute 100 billion tons of steel towards the national target of 300 million tons by 2030. My government is undertaking significant reforms for sustainable management of minor minerals, Sairat sources. Revenue from minor minerals has risen from 1,195 crore rupees in 2022-23 to 1,776 crore rupees in 2024-25, reflecting a 19% year-on-year increase and over 48% growth in 2 years. My government has decisively demonstrated Odisha's industrial capacity in 2025, grounding and inaugurating 85 industrial projects with investment of over 2 lakh crore, creating employment for more than 1.65 lakh people. During the year, through focused engagements from Utkarsh Odisha, Make in Odisha conclave in January to the recently concluded Hyderabad Roadshow, Odisha has attracted cumulative investment intents exceeding 7.1 lakh crore rupees. In this period, my government has approved 343 large industrial projects with a combined investment potential of over 7.1 lakh crore and an employment potential of more than 4.65 lakh jobs, clearly establishing the state's capacity to translate investment interest into manufacturing, infrastructure, and real employment on the ground. My government has also significantly expanded Odisha's industrial footprint across high-growth sectors such as pharmaceuticals and medical devices, advanced manufacturing, renewable energy equipment, electronics and electronic system design and manufacturing, ESDM, textiles and technical textiles, IT and data centers, and aerospace and defense. To accelerate execution, district collectors have been empowered to drive project implementation, supported by structured facilitation and dedicated grievance redressal mechanism for investors and communities. With the Enterprise Odisha conclave at Rourkela in January 2026, my government is firmly advancing from intent to impact, strengthening manufacturing, MSMEs and startups. My government has achieved large-scale formalization of enterprises with 12.72 lakh MSMEs registered under the Vujjam portal till December 2025. This includes 12.61 lakh micro, 9,959 small and 601 medium enterprises. Udyam registration has enabled MSMEs to avail institutional finance, government incentives and policy support, strengthening their integration into the formal economy and improving data-driven governance for MSME development. Additionally, investment promotion for projects below 50 crore rupees is being facilitated through district-level single window clearance authority to support decentralized industrial growth. During financial year 2025-26, till December 2025, 238 proposals have been approved by this authority, DLSWCA, across the state with proposed investment of 1,649.51 crore rupees. My government is implementing the Industrial Policy Resolution Odisha, MSME Development Policy, and Odisha Food Processing Policy to promote MSME growth and local entrepreneurship. During financial year 2025-26, up to December 25, 159 MSMEs received assistance of 11.43 crore rupees under IPR. 74 MSMEs received 51.51 crore under MSME Development Policy, and 7.60 crore rupees were sanctioned and released to 21 food processing enterprises under the Odisha Food Processing Policy. To support manufacturing MSMEs by reducing their interest burden on working capital loans, the Chief Minister's scheme for reimbursement of interest to MSME, CMSRIM, has been extended from financial year 2024-25 to financial year 2027-28. As on 30/11/2025, a total of 3,446 applicants have been disbursed 35.18 crore rupees as interest reimbursement. My government, through the Directorate of Export Promotion and Marketing, DEP&M, is supporting MSMEs through marketing assistance, product testing, rate contracts, export facilitation, and financial incentives under the Odisha Export Policy 2022. During the current financial year, 54.70 lakh rupees has been released to 254 MSME exporters through the Export Incentive Reimbursement Portal, EIRP. Export promotion activities are supported through workshops, ramp implementation, and exporter interactions, with the state's export turnover projected at 50,913 crore rupees in financial year 2025-26. The Upanishads proclaim, Sa Vijaya Vimuktaye. True education is that which empowers and liberates. My government has added a golden chapter to the history of primary education in Odisha by laying the foundation stone of the ambitious Godabarish Adarsha Pradhamika Vidyalaya scheme from the sacred soil of Banapur. In the first phase, an amount of 12,000 crore rupees will be spent on 2,200 schools over the next 4 years from 2025-26 to 2028-29. Educational infrastructure and the learning environment will improve significantly through modern classrooms, digital tools, and sports facilities, and every child will be equipped with foundational literacy and numeracy skills. My government has undertaken transformative reforms in primary education in alignment with the National Education Policy. In accordance with the NEP mandate, the enrollment age for grade 1 has been revised to 6+ years. In the academic year 2025-26, over 45,000 pre-primary classes named Sishu Vatika were opened in all government primary schools, enrolling around 3.2 lakh children in the 5 to 6 year age group for the first time. Further, in January 2025, the state has adopted the National Curriculum Framework as the state curriculum framework with local contextualization. Textbook preparation is underway as per the revised NCF and will be implemented in all government schools from class 1 to class 8 from the academic year 2026-27. For the first time, a massive enrollment drive was undertaken with the letter of Honorable Chief Minister reaching over 6 lakh families and encouraging them to get their children admitted to Sisuvatika and Class 1. In the first week of April 2025, Pravesh Utsav and Kadi Chuan festival was celebrated in all schools to encourage newly enrolled children and their parents. In addition to this, my government is conducting a special house-to-house campaign 2025 to identify dropouts, children with special needs, and to map multilinguistic education needs. The survey will be helpful in subsequently preventing dropouts and re-engaging such children with the mandate of NEP 2020. In order to empower SC, ST, OBC and minority students, my government has devised and implemented a range of policies, programs and schemes in consonance with overall development goals. Residential school facilities was provided to 5.51 lakh ST and SC students through 1,765 schools and 5,967 hostels, ensuring a supportive learning environment for the holistic development of ST and SC students across the state. My government has made significant progress in scholarship support under Mukhyamantri Medhavi Chhatra Protsahana Yojana with support of centrally sponsored schemes. During 2025-26, scholarships were sanctioned to 7.20 lakh ST, SC, OBC, EBC students at the pre-metric level, amounting to 760 crore rupees, and to 4.17 lakh students at the post-metric level, amounting to 532 crore rupees. Recently, my government enhanced the pre-metric scholarship rate to 1,600 rupees per month for ST and SC boy boarders and 1,700 per month for ST and SC girl boarders. Further, to reduce dropout among tribal students, my government through the Shahid Madhav Singh Hat Kharcha Yojana has already sanctioned an amount of 38 crore rupees in favor of 60,075 ST students so far in 2025-26. To enhance employability and livelihood opportunities among backward communities, my government has imparted skill development training to 653 OBC, SEBC youths during 25-26. Additionally, under the state sector scheme for minority welfare, concerned districts have received funding towards construction of 50 multi-purpose community cultural centers at the rate of 50 lakh rupees per MPCC, and provisions have also been made for construction of minority hostels. My government has undertaken a comprehensive transformation of the technical education and skill development ecosystem in Odisha, with a strong focus on access, quality, industry relevance, digital enablement, and global competitiveness. Under this Sudacha scheme, girls' enrollment has increased from 6% in 2016-17 to 28% in ITIs in 2025-26 and from 18% in 2022-23 to 32% in polytechnics in 25-26. My government continues to strengthen employability and entrepreneurship through multiple flagship interventions. The Placement Linked Training Program aims to enhance the employability of youth with placement assurance, offering skilling in sectors like apparel, construction, and healthcare. Women participation has risen sharply from 30% in 2021-22 to 73% in 2024-25 under this program. Through the Nano Unicom scheme, which fosters entrepreneurship among Odisha's skilled youth and aims to support 1,200 nano enterprises between 23-24 and 25-26 with a refundable seed fund up to 1 lakh, more than 725 candidates have completed EDP training and 393 candidates have received seed funding, of whom 300 have already established their enterprises. Under digital skilling initiatives, more than 2.6 lakh candidates have been enrolled in future-ready courses through Coursera, Autodesk, Microsoft, Cisco, and NASCAM since 2023-24. Further, the World Skill Center Bhubaneswar has trained more than 4,900 students with over 95% placement, with more than 250 students placed overseas. During 25-26, my government has introduced major new initiatives to further strengthen the skill and technical education ecosystem. The CM Aspire scheme, with an outlay of 120 crore over a period of 3 years from 25-26 to 27-28, has been approved to improve quality across the entire skill continuum from ITA students to research scholars in technical universities. The Utkarsh ITA Yojana, with a total outlay of 500 crore over a period of 3 years from 25-26 to 27-28, will upgrade 5 existing ITIs as zonal Utkarsh ITIs, expanding intake in new age trades with industry-ready infrastructure and positioning them as hubs for advanced training, innovation, entrepreneurship, and placement. Further, my government has approved the establishment of centers of excellence in 25 government ITIs at a cost of 8 crore per ITI to create industry-integrated laboratories, smart classrooms, and technology-enabled learning facilities. My government's sustained focus on excellence in technical and vocational education has been nationally and internationally recognized. Some of notable achievements are Sri Suresh Kumar Mohanty, Assistant Training Officer, Special ITI for PWDs, Jetney, was conferred the National Teachers Award 2025 by the Honorable President of India at New Delhi for outstanding contribution to vocational training and entrepreneurship. Students of Visud Burla secured All India rank number 2 in the EV category at the Formula Imperial Indian Formula Student Engineering Design competition held at Coimbatore during October-November 25. The Green Skill for Waste to Wealth initiative of Government ITI, Berhampur, has been recognized by UNESCO as one of the innovative and promising practices in technical and vocational education and training. The Government ITI, Barbil, Kionjar, was awarded the best performing ITI in the Eastern Zone at the Bharat Skill Next 2025. In addition to this, Parala Maharaja Engineering College, Berhampur, has designed and developed an indigenous high-performance semiconductor chip C2S0061 high-performance multiplier IC for facial recognition-based criminal identification under the Make in India initiative. My government has taken a major step in advancing marine and biotechnology research with the launch of the Odisha Marine Biotechnology Research and Innovation Corridor by the Honorable Chief Minister on 12th August 2025. MOUs have been signed with 6 state partner institutes and the National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai, as a national knowledge partner, along with James Cook University, Australia, as an international knowledge partner. To assess the economic contribution of biotechnology-led industries, an MOU has also been signed with IIM Sambalpur to prepare the first bioeconomy report of Odisha. Further, land alienation is under process at Puri for establishment of a regional center of NIOT with a marine coastal observatory which will support advanced oceanographic research, disaster resilience, and sustainable coastal ecosystem management. My government has made significant investments in science infrastructure and public scientific engagement. The foundation stone for a new planetarium at the birthplace of Patani Samanta in Kandapada, Nayagarh district, has been laid as a tribute to the legendary astronomer. Simultaneously, the National Council of Science Museums has been entrusted with the comprehensive upgradation of Patani Samanta Planetarium, Bhubaneswar, including installation of a new hybrid planetarium system, development of an outdoor light and sound show, creation of interactive science gallery, and introduction of space simulator and virtual reality-based experiences. A major policy initiative taken by my government is the Umbrella Scheme, development of biotechnology, comprising 17 sub-schemes with a total outlay of 1,113.5 crore rupees to be implemented over a period of 5 years from 25-26 to 29-30 to strengthen biotechnology research, innovation, and entrepreneurship in the state. In the 25-26, Odisha's health sector underwent a transformative expansion, centered on the goal of Sustha Odisha, Samruddha Odisha. My government allocated a record 23,635 crore to healthcare, representing a 9% increase over the previous year. A major milestone was the strategic convergence of the states Gopabandhu Jana Arogya Yojana with the national Ayushman Bharat scheme, providing universal health coverage to over 1.03 crore families. This integration expanded cashless treatment access from 900 to over 29,000 empaneled hospitals nationwide. Health infrastructure also saw a massive boost with the approval of 9 new medical institutions, including 4 MBBS colleges in Jagatsinghpur, Bhadrak, Denkanal, and Nabarangpur, alongside the state's first integration of artificial intelligence in public health care delivery. With the opening of 2 new medical colleges in Fulbani and Talcher for the year 25-26 academic session, the state has added 200 more MBBS seats, significantly narrowing the doctor-to-patient ratio in tribal and underserved regions. In a historic public health intervention marking one of the most stringent tobacco control in the country, my government has imposed a complete ban on the manufacture, processing, packaging, storage, transportation, distribution, and sale of all tobacco and nicotine-containing products. This includes products such as gutka, pan masala, and similar items, even when sold in separate packets intended to be mixed by consumers, as well as any food products containing tobacco or nicotine. Odisha has demonstrated its prowess in sports sector with a remarkable performance by its athletes who won close to 600 medals across national and international platforms during the previous calendar year. The state also had the honor of hosting India's maiden continental tour branch, the Asian Table Tennis Team Championship, and the Odisha Master BWF Tour Super Tournament, among several other prestigious events. This momentum will be sustained and further enhanced in the coming year, beginning with the Hockey Indian League, Rugby Sub-Junior Nationals, FIH Pro League, and Indoor Athletics Nationals. With Sabka Saath as our compass, Sabka Vikas as our journey, and Sabka Vishwas as our strength, Odisha moves confidently towards Vision 2036. My government has undertaken focused initiatives to strengthen women's empowerment, safety and dignity. Under my government's flagship women welfare program, Subhadra, more than 1.12 crore applications have been received till now, and more than 15,000 crore rupees of Subhadra benefits have been disbursed to more than 1 crore beneficiaries in 3 installments. Nari Adalats have been set up in 10 Gram Panchayats of aspirational districts to ensure accessible and community-based grievance redressal mechanism for women. one-stop centers have been set up to offer integrated support to women affected by violence, with 9 additional centers approved, benefiting about 6,532 women this year. The integration of Women Helpline 181, the Child Helpline 1098 and ERSS 112 has enabled 24/7 emergency response, assisting nearly 9,645 women so far. To support working women and to ensure their well-being, 2 working women hostels have been approved in Bhubaneswar in line with Odisha's long-term vision. My government has significantly expanded access to institutional finance through SHG bank credit linkage. During financial year 24-25, 3.52 lakh SHGs were provided bank credit amounting to 17,454 crore rupees, with the average SHG loan size increasing to 4.95 lakh rupees. For financial year 25-26, bank credit linkage of 20,000 crore has been targeted, and so far 1.61 lakh SHGs have been provided credit. The Lakpati Didi initiative under NRLM has delivered strong outcomes by enabling SHG members to earn at least 1 lakh of rupees annually. During financial year 24-25, 16.42 lakh Lakpati Didis were created against a target of 16.19 lakh. Social security coverage for SHG members has been strengthened through enrollment and renewal under insurance schemes. My government, through the Livelihood Convergence initiative, has positioned SHGs as key partners in government procurement and service delivery. During financial year 2024-25, over 1 lakh SHGs generated government business worth 4,422 crore through structured outsourcing of procurement and services. SHGs are now engaged under activities of 19 government departments, reflecting deepening institutional integration. To promote women-led entrepreneurship, the State Interest Subvention Scheme has enabled SHGs to access interest-free loans up to 10 lakh on prompt repayment. During financial year 24-25, interest subvention claims amounting to 300 crore rupees were reimbursed to 3 lakh SHG accounts. In financial year 25-26, interest subvention benefits of 228 crore rupees have been provided so far to more than 2 lakh SHGs. My government has undertaken institution building at scale to strengthen SHG federations and provide infrastructure support. Construction of Mission Shakti Gruhas in each Gram Panchayat and each ward of 114 urban local bodies have been taken up, with over 6,500 MS Gruhas allotted to SHGs. Under the Subhadra Shakti Kendra initiative, construction of 338 block level Kendras and 30 district level Kendras was provisioned, of which 322 block Kendras and 13 district kendras have been completed so far. My government has given major thrust in capacity building to improve skills, productivity, and enterprise readiness. 1,019 SHG members were trained in garment manufacturing, with 411 engaged in employment or entrepreneurship, while 2,105 SHG members were trained in beauty therapy services. SHG members managing Millet Shakti cafes were trained in business management and recipes. More than 17,000 SHGs received skilling and refresher training. My government organized Subhadra Shakti Mela 2025, which generated 8.89 crore rupees, creating 918 Lakpati Didis, and its second edition in November 2025 generated 12 crore rupees, creating 328 Lakpati Didis and 10 Mahalakpati Didis. In addition to this, the Subhadra Shakti Paramparika Khadya Utsav was organized for the first time at block, district, and state levels to further strengthen women empowerment. From time immemorial, our civilization knows that the strength of society flows from how it raises its children. Every child carries the promise of tomorrow, and therefore my government recognizes that Odisha's journey to 2036 and 2047 depends on protecting, educating, and empowering every child today. Approximately 47.78 lakh beneficiaries, comprising children under 6 years, pregnant women, and lactating mothers and adolescent girls have been provided nutritious food under the Supplementary Nutrition Program, Scheme for Adolescent Girls, and Mukhyamantri Sampurna Pushti Yojana during year 2025-26 for improving their health and nutritional status. My government has upgraded 8,418 Anganwadi centers in the state to Anganwadi Gyan Kendras to enhance the skills of Anganwadi workers and to ensure effective program implementation. Workers conduct awareness programs to build capacity of all AWCs tagged to the Gyan Kendras. My government's innovative Mamata scheme has benefited 68.42 lakh pregnant and lactating women with 3,767 crore rupees transferred to their bank accounts. My government has approved to jointly implement Mamata and Pradhana Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana from 1st April 25 with an objective of providing cash incentive for partial compensation of wage loss to ensure that women can take adequate rest before and after delivery of the first and second child. Creche facilities have been created at Lok Seva Bhavan, Krushi Bhavan, Karavela Bhavan, with the expansion planned at Toshali Bhavan, Rajiv Bhavan, Directorate of Health Services and Board of Revenue, Cuttack. 3 lakh rupees for each creche has been funded in all 30 districts. Creches in Jharsuguda, and Kionjar collectorates are operational. Similarly, my government has launched Palana to support working mothers. During financial year 25-26, 168 Anganwadi centers have been identified for Anganwadi cum creches with support of 50,000 rupees per center. My government has formulated the Odisha State Strategic Action Plan to end child marriage 2024 to 2029 to systematically prevent and curtail the incidence of child marriage through coordinated multi-sectoral interventions. My government has also increased the number of child marriage prohibition officers by declaring panchayat executive officers, wardens, matrons of government residential hostels as CMPOs. Additionally, all principals and headmasters under the Higher Education Department and School and Mass Education Department have been declared as child marriage information officers to assist the CMPOs within their jurisdiction. Inspired by the enduring principle of Sarvajana Sukhya, Sarvajana Hitaya, the prosperity and welfare of all, my government is committed to uplifting the marginalized, making inclusion the measure of progress and equity, the foundation of development. Due to the efforts of my government, Odisha has been recognized by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs as the best performing state under the Adi Karma Yogi Abhiyan, with Mayurbhanj and Kionjar also receiving district level awards. The PM Janman initiatives for particularly vulnerable tribal groups, PVTGs, is being implemented in 14 districts, benefiting 3.15 lakh PVTG population from 68,605 households. As on 31st December 25, 74 multipurpose centers have been sanctioned, with 31 completed, 15 at finishing stage, 26 at the roof level, and the remainder at foundation stage. In addition, the Ministry of Education has sanctioned 76 hostels for tribal students over financial years 23-24 to 25-26, strengthening residential education infrastructure. My government is implementing the minimum support price for minor forest producers scheme through TDCCOL, which has procured 35,000 metric ton of MFPs over the last 5 years and transferred approximately 133 crore rupees as MSP to over 30,000 tribal collectors with 1,200 SHGs, primary procurement agencies registered across 14 districts. TDCCOL has also been chosen to promote Koraput coffee, which has received national recognition through Flavor of India, the Pine Cup Award. Guided by the vision of doubling farmers' prosperity and strengthening rural India, my government is transforming farms into engines of growth and villages into centers of opportunity. With 6,000 crore rupees for the Samruddha Krishak Yojana for paddy procurement at 3,100 rupees per quintal and 2,020 crore for CM Kisan to boost income and diversify farming, the per capita income of families involved in farming have substantially increased. My government has achieved record crop production with the food grain output estimated at 150.48 lakh metric tons during 24-25, surpassing all previous records and nearly 3 times the 55.35 lakh metric ton recorded in 2000-2001. Income support to farmers has been strengthened through PM Kisan and CM Kisan. Under PM Kisan, 6,000 rupees per year is being directly transferred in 3 equal installments, with the 21st installment released on 19th November 25, and 34.13 lakh beneficiaries receiving timely support. Under CM Kisan, more than 2,991 crore has been disbursed, benefiting over 51.54 lakh farmers, including 3,236 PVTG farmers and 31,695 urban farmers. My government is promoting millet and organic farming through focused missions. Under Sri Anna Abhiyan, millet production and consumption are being enhanced to make Odisha a millet hub of India, with subsidies for millet-based machinery through DBT, release of 4 local ragi land races, seed production, seed village programs over 320 hectares, and organic cultivation and certificate over 1,372 hectares in 25-26. During KMS 24-25, 7.5 lakh quintals of ragi were procured with an enhanced incentive of 210 rupees per quintal over MSP. My government has launched the Balabhadra Jaivik Chasa mission to be implemented over 5 years from 25-26 to 29-30 with an outlay of 155 crore rupees to promote organic farming, improve soil organic carbon in all 314 blocks, develop organic clusters in Kandhamal and Malkangiri, and horticulture clusters in 6 districts. My government has received incentive of 155 crore rupees under the Government of India scheme for special assistance to states for capital investment for leadership in embracing AgriStack, with 100 crore rupees for digital crop survey and 55 crore rupees for creation of a farmers registry. This fund will be used to fund infrastructure projects of the state government. Farm mechanization is being prioritized, raising farm power availability from 0.61 kilowatts per hectare in 2000-2001 to 2.61 kilowatts per hectare in 24-25, with a target of 3.50 kilowatts per hectare by 2036 and a vision of 4.50 kilowatts per hectare by 2047. My government has advanced climate-conscious agriculture and community participation through Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam 2.0, which symbolizes nurturing life in the name of one's mother while strengthening environmental sustainability for future generations. Under this initiative, my government distributed 41 lakh seedlings of mango, key lime, guava, coconut and jackfruit to stakeholders across the state during the plantation drive held on 17 September 25 on the birth anniversary of Yashasvi Pradhana Mantri Shri Narendra Modi ji. At present, the state is receiving a monthly central allocation of 1.88 lakh metric ton under the National Food Security Act for distributing among 2.91 lakh priority household beneficiaries and 12.36 lakh Antyodaya Anna Yojana families through 11,725 fair price shops across the state. Besides, under the state food security scheme, so far 1.15 lakh families have been covered, with the beneficiaries being supplied 5 kg of rice per person per month free of cost. In addition, my government has provided an additional 5 kg of fortified rice per card per month to 96.48 lakh families under NFSA and 1.38 lakh families under SFSS during 3 months period from September to November 25. Under the supervision of the Honorable Supreme Court, the e-KYC process was kick-started from July 24 to make ration card data transparent by excluding deceased and ineligible persons and including eligible beneficiaries. Subsequently, e-KYC of around 3.12 lakh beneficiaries, about 96%, has been successfully completed till date. 15 lakh applications were received for new ration cards across the state, and my government has allotted a target of 13.50 lakh beneficiaries for rural areas and 1.50 lakh beneficiaries for urban areas under SFSS. In addition, after e-KYC and identification of ineligible ration card holders, eligible beneficiaries are being included, and so far a total of 3.23 lakh eligible families comprising 6.40 lakh members have been newly included under the food security scheme. The IT-enabled procurement process undertaken by the government and facilitated by Odisha State Civil Supply Corporation Limited, with support from primary agricultural cooperatives, women self-help groups and Pani Panchayats, has been instrumental in reaching all farmers willing to sell paddy. For Kharif marketing season 24-25, around 92.64 lakh metric ton of paddy has been procured from around 20 lakh eligible registered farmers, which is the highest procurement and the highest number of farmers in Odisha's history. Rice production from procured paddy has increased significantly from about 34.36 lakh metric ton in KMS 15-16 to 62.85 lakh metric ton in KMS 24-25. My government has recorded strong and visible achievements in the development of rural infrastructure during financial year 25-26 under the MMSY, Mukhya Mantri Sadak Yojana, for rural road connectivity. Under MMSY, new connectivity, 159.22 kilometers of roads have already been constructed against the target of 363.36 kilometers till December 25. Under MMSY, improvement of existing RD roads, 1,140.38 kilometers of roads have been completed and 648 road projects covering 2,711.65 kilometers have been approved during the current year. These works are significantly improving access to habitations and strengthening important rural corridors. During the same period, my government has substantially expanded rural connectivity through other MMSY components. Under MMSY, Transferred Road Improvement Program, 1,121.53 kilometers of roads have been completed and 868 new road projects covering 3,789.60 kilometers have been approved during financial year 25-26. Under MMSY, connection of missing road links, 385.95 kilometers of roads have been completed and 260 road projects covering 805.25 kilometers approved. Under MMSY, connecting unconnected villages in difficult areas, 151.28 kilometers of roads have been completed and 55 road projects covering 363.66 kilometers have been approved during the year. My government has also introduced a new scheme MMSY, Disaster Resilient Roads, during financial year 25-26, under which 79 road projects covering 475.59 kilometers already have been approved to improve resilience against cyclones, floods, and heavy rainfall. My government has placed special emphasis during 25-26 on bridging missing links and strengthening rural bridge infrastructure. Under the Setu Bandhana Yojana, 217 bridges have already been completed and 374 new bridge projects have been approved during the current financial year. Under the Bridge Cum Wear program, 39 bridge cum wear projects have been completed and 83 new bridge cum wear projects have been approved during financial year 25-26, contributing to minor irrigation, groundwater recharge, livestock use, fisheries, and local livelihoods. Under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, my government has continued to consolidate rural connectivity during financial year 25-26, completing 230.03 kilometers of roads and 14 bridges till December 25. Special focus has been accorded to tribal and particularly vulnerable tribal group habitations under PM Janman, under which 20.08 kilometers of roads have been completed till December 2025 against the target of 142.87 kilometers for financial year 25-26 for road connectivity to unconnected PVTG habitations. In the field of construction, renovation and repair of rural buildings, my government has recorded significant progress during financial year 25-26 till December 25. During the current year, 80 rural works buildings have been completed and 391 building projects were in progress. In addition, 684 government buildings of various departments have been completed and 2,181 building projects are in progress. These buildings include facilities for health, education, hostels, cyclone and flood shelters, judicial infrastructure and other public services. During financial year 25-26, my government achieved a major milestone in rural housing by completing 1.88 lakh Pakka houses, including 1.37 lakh houses under Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin PMAY-G and 17,638 houses for PVTG families under PM Janman. 33,009 houses have already been completed under the Antyodaya Gruha Yojana launched on 30th March 25. Transparent and citizen-friendly delivery is being ensured through the Rural Housing Portal and the Amagara mobile application. Provision of safe drinking water to all rural habitations remains a foremost priority of my government, with the goal of achieving universal functional household tap connections by 2027. Out of 207 mega piped water supply projects, 26 have been completed and 181 are under execution, and 16 mega PWS projects are scheduled for completion during financial year 25-26. To ensure universal sanitation access and sustain ODF status, more than 743 community sanitary complexes were constructed. 96% villages have been declared ODF plus, and more than 44,862 villages have been declared model villages during financial year 25-26 till December 25. Seva hi paramo dharmaha. Service is the highest duty. Good governance is built on ethical leadership, a strong foundation of justice, and an unrelenting commitment to public service. When power is exercised with integrity, laws are applied fairly, and service to citizens is treated as the highest duty, governance becomes both effective and humane. To promote transparency and accountability, my government has institutionalized robust grievance redressal mechanisms. From 1st April 21 to 15th December 25, a total of 14.88 lakh grievances were received in Jana Sunani portal, of which 13.56 lakh cases were disposed of. Complementing this, 95,514 grievances were disposed in the centralized public grievance redress and monitoring system during the same period. In addition to this, 5,722 number of cases have been disposed of out of 6,507 cases instituted since 2019 under the Odisha Lokayukta Act 2014. My government has strengthened weekly joint hearing of public grievances, facilitating direct interface between citizens and administration. From 18th April 2022 to 15th December 25, 4.70 lakh grievances were received through joint hearings, with 99,487 grievances disposed of on the spot. All collectors have been instructed to ensure registration of grievances received during hearings on the Jana Sunani portal. In addition, 6 pension review adalats and multiple pension adalats were organized across districts during 24-25 and 25-26 to review long pending pension, gratuity, GPF and related cases in coordination with the Office of the Principal Accountant General and district administrations. Chief Minister's Grievance Cell has played a critical role in resolving high priority grievances. Between 1st June 24 and 15th December 25, 13,358 grievances were received, of which 12,592 were disposed, achieving a 94% disposable rate. My government has already conducted 15 Monday grievance hearings, including one at Sambalpur, till 15th December 25. All departments and districts have designated senior officers as grievance nodal officers, with frequent review meetings conducted to monitor pendency and improve accountability. Knowledge sharing and leadership coordination are being strengthened through national and state level conferences. A national level seminar on good governance and Vikasit Odisha at 2036 and at 2047 was successfully organized on 10th June 2025 at the State Convention Center, Bhubaneswar. On the other hand, on 18th and 19th November 25, joint conference of SPs and collectors was successfully organized at the State Convention Center, Bhubaneswar. For quick and speedy disposal of cases, my government has issued notification for establishment of 138 courts of different categories at various places of the state during the years 24 and 25. In 25, 5 national district Lok Adalats were organized, in which 9.99 lakh cases were disposed of and a sum of 34.62 crores was granted as compensation to 1,800 victims under the Victim Compensation Scheme. Besides this, during 24-25 and 25-26, a sum of 8.86 crore rupees has been sanctioned as grants in favor of 1,425 religious institutions for brave Odisha Industrial Security Force battalions, 10 new ODRAF units, a traffic and road safety wing, an SDPO office at Chendikol, 21 cyber and economic offences police stations, and a new new ODRAF units, a traffic and road safety wing, an SDPO office at Chandikol, 21 cyber and economic offences police stations, and a new police district at Rai Rangpur. Further, during 21 new cyber crime and economic offences police stations were created with 999 posts, and 14 existing cyber police stations were further strengthened with manpower, marking a decisive push towards modern technology-driven policing. My government has achieved significant success on the anti-left-wing extremism front through sustained and proactive operational and administrative action, leading to a marked improvement in the situation in the state. In the last 5 years, 48 Maoist cadres were neutralized, 78 were arrested, and 82 surrendered. Notably, in 2025 alone, 25 Maoist cadres were neutralized, including 17 in joint operations with Chhattisgarh Police, CRPF, and Cobra at the Naupada-Garyaban border. 9 cadres were arrested and 29 surrendered. Large quantities of arms, ammunition, explosives, and other incriminating material were also recovered. To safeguard women and children, the crime against women and children wing has intensified monitoring, leading to 270 convictions in 766 red flag cases as on 30th September 2025. Following the implementation of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, sensitive cases including rape and POSCO were being fast-tracked, and during 1st July 24 and 31st December 25 alone, 276 convictions have been achieved, reflecting my government's firm resolve to deliver prompt investigation and speedy justice. The state of Odisha, being prone to recurrent natural calamities, faces several challenges from time to time due to floods, heavy rains, cyclone, unseasonal rain, heat wave, lightning, etc. My government tackled these calamities very successfully through timely intervention, prompt evacuation, efficient deployment of response forces, and swift relief and restoration measures during 25-26. During the monsoon floods in July and September 25, affecting Subarnarekha and Baitarani river basins, funds amounting to 23.59 crore for relief and rescue and 39.31 crore for repair and restoration of public property were released from SDRF. Additional flash floods in July and October 25 led to the release of 8.42 crore for relief, 90 crore for repair and restoration. Unseasonal rain in May 25 damaged 10,601 hectares of standing paddy, for which 17.77 crore rupees was extended as assistance to affected farmers. During cyclone which affected 11 districts in 25, my government evacuated around 38,000 people to 2,164 safe shelters and shifted 2,198 persons to health centers, thereby saving many precious lives. Domestic animals were moved to animal safe shelters, and cyclone affected people were provided hot cooked food, dry food, and drinking water. The cyclone affected 31,958 people in 2,028 villages under 64 blocks. SDRF assistance of 5.24 crore was allotted to district collectors for agriculture input subsidy, house damage assistance, relief camp operations, search and rescue clothing, utensil, and livestock assistance, along with 1.87 crore rupees for repair and restoration works. My government has further strengthened enforcement operations across all districts with focused action against illicit distillation and spurious liquor through intensive and special enforcement drives, resulting in seizures valued at 82.48 crore rupees. During these drives, 15,045 cases were booked and registered, and 7,175 persons were arrested across 4 drives conducted during 25-26, demonstrating sustained and coordinated enforcement efforts. In addition to this, 9,677 acres of illegal hemp cultivation has been destroyed during 25-26 till December 25, with 38 cases booked and 7 persons arrested and forwarded to court. Odisha is globally recognized for its rich cultural diversity, encompassing historical monuments, archaeological sites, tribal traditions, classical and folk arts, sculpture, and literature. This living heritage not only attracts tourists but also scholars and researchers seeking to understand the depth of our civilization. My government took a historic decision of setting up a corpus fund of 200 crores, the interest generated from which is being utilized for systematic preservation, promotion, and development of Odia language, literature, and cultural heritage. Preservation of heritage and recognition of eminent personalities remain key priorities of my government. Under the Baraputra Aitihya Grama Yojana, 25 heritage villages associated with eminent sons of the soil have been identified for comprehensive development as cultural heritage villages. In addition, my government has approved installation of statues of 75 eminent Varaputras across Odisha at a total cost of 11 crore rupees, immortalizing their contributions for future generations. My government has undertaken multiple initiatives for safeguarding and promoting intangible and tangible cultural heritage. Bali Yatra has been officially listed by the Sangeet Natak Academy, and a formal proposal has been submitted to the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, for its inclusion in the UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage. A partnership with UNESCO has also been proposed for the sustainable development of key heritage sites such as Lalitagiri, Ratnagiri, Udayagiri, Kohiratikiri, Raghurajpur, and Ranipur Jarial. My government has decided to establish a Center for Heritage Studies, which will deploy dedicated survey teams for scientific documentation and conservation of ancient monuments and heritage sites. Additionally, a MOU has been signed with the Light of Buddha Foundation International for the development and promotion of Buddhist heritage circuits in Odisha. The first ever statewide Odia Paksha celebration was held from 1st to 4th April 25, which witnessed unprecedented participation with over 3 lakh online quiz entries, 5 lakh selfies uploaded, and 14 thematic programs organized across the state, emerging as a mass movement for Odia Asmita. My government also successfully organized the Odisha State Book Fair 2025 and showcased Odisha's civilizational journey during the 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in Bhubaneswar through a dedicated Odisha pavilion and cultural programs. My government recognizes that the Odia community extends far beyond our state borders. To strengthen this bond, my government has operationalized the Directorate of Odisha Parivar. To support our diaspora, a dedicated 24/7 call center and a dynamic web portal are being launched to address their grievances. My government is developing specialized Odia learning modules for children living outside the state to keep them connected with their roots. Significant progress has been made in digital archiving, publications, and public outreach. Prestigious magazines, Utkala Prasanga and Odisha Review, published since April 24, 1944, have been digitized and made globally accessible. Tenders have been floated for archiving rare photographs, videos, audio tapes, and films. Publication activities have been expanded through issues, informative on government schemes, and the recent launch of a new development journal titled Pragati Prabhavaha. With a clear vision, resolute execution, and noteworthy accomplishments in 25-26, the intent and action of my government stand worthy of appreciation. Yet, complacency has no place in our public duty. As I stand in this august house, the closing lines of a famous poem by Robert Frost echo in mind: miles to go before, for the promise we carry to our people is larger than what we have achieved, and the future we owe to Odisha is brighter than what we have built so far. Of our Prabhu Sri Jagannath, the vision of our Prime Minister, and the trust of the people, my government is building a Samruddha, Sashakt, and Samaveshi Odisha where growth carries compassion and development delivers dignity. Marching towards Vision 2036, our journey is powered by people's confidence, strengthened by institutions, and inspired by a future that belongs to every Odia. I now leave it to your deliberations and wish you all success. Vande Utkala Janani, Vande Mataram.